Recently, I got a question from a young woman who was desperate about the sex life she had with her husband. She wrote to me that in the very beginning, their lovemaking was awesome. It was full of passion. It was very deep and very frequent. But now, she said, he's in a job where it's really stressful, and so in the evening he's usually very tired and he just makes no attempts to make love with her. And for her this is devastating. She said that they sleep with each other about once a month and she needs to initiate it. And what can she do? She also mentioned that when she tries, like she put on her, a nice bra and sexy underwear, he would feel under pressure. And so it's like a vicious cycle, because the more she tries, the more he withdraws. She also mentioned that few times she would pretend orgasm because she would want to please him, because she could feel how he is under stress to please her. She also mentioned that he's about 15 years older than her, which might play a role. And I have many things to say about this topic. Frustration in sexuality is so often. It's just a topic we are ashamed to talk about, and so many people out there feel like, oh, everyone else is fine, it's just us who is not so good. And I will give you a few pieces of information that may change your perspective. First of all, what we learn about sex, in this mainstream understanding, it's not something that would be sufficient for a lifelong passion in a long-term relationship, because we are kind of trained to understand sex as something that is very dynamic and passionate. We are shown in Hollywood movies and in pornography how sex should look like, and usually it's very dynamic and very full of passion. And therefore, once this passion is gone, and we may feel it in the very beginning because we are still in the beginning of our relationship, and this beginning may be a few months or a few years, but sooner or later the dynamic in lovemaking will change usually, and it's not as hot as it used to be. And when you are meeting your wife or your husband in the evening, usually you are not like, oh, I'm so wet, let's make love together. It's more calm, and probably both of you are kind of tired and stressed, and you have your work and you have kids and you have household to take care about. And what happens next is that so many couples just let go of their sex life, and this is not good either. What I would like to inspire you to is to find a new way to lovemaking. And it may sound strange in the beginning, because my advice is don't focus on arousal. It's like a dead-end street to focus solely on arousal and stimulation, because arousal and stimulation will cause so much pressure, and where there is pressure there is withdrawal. And it's just very natural that our bodies don't want to cooperate sooner or later. But if we let go of pressure and we focus on connection, we create a whole new perspective. I would like you to start with being curious and, exploring just being with each other. If you would forget everything you ever heard or learned about sex, and you would be with your partner, take this curiosity of exploring each other and again, I don't mean exploring by exploring what stimulates you, what arouses you. You know, stimulate is not the good way. Just explore each other's presence, maybe the warmth of his or her skin, you know, the rhythm of his or her breath. We really start by feeling our own body and the body of our partner. And the more we feel our body, the more we feel our feelings, our emotions, and each other feelings. And this is the natural way how to connect. And this is the ground for making love with each other. Actually, if you would like to remember one thing, then I would tell you, make creating a love a priority. It's not about creating arousal, it's about creating love. And now we are in a completely different world, because we can create love even though we are tired, even though we are stressed. So really just, you know, go back to where it all starts and just create connection. And the connection is to yourself and to your partner. So now maybe you understand why we withdraw from having sex when we are tired and when we are stressed and when we are worried, because we don't want to put attention to our stress and worries. However, if you allow to be present with whatever is going on in you right now, you are also, you know, opening a doorway to letting go of those stressful feelings and creating space for something new. Therefore, making connection your priority, being with each other. And I think it sounds so easy, but for most of us in the very beginning, it's just so unusual to not go back to those patterns of stimulating and arousing each other, or trying to withdraw from stimulation and arousal because it doesn't feel right. But if you start with creating connection with each other and with yourself, like feeling your own breath, feeling your own body, being in yourself, being in your feelings, and then also being with your partner, this is the way to connect. And it's the ground for anything else, including a passionate sexuality. But the passion which arises from this stillness, from being with each other, needs more time. And it's perfectly fine if it doesn't come and you just spend, you know, the evening or 15 minutes just being with each other in a very still kind of way. And you have no agenda, like nowhere to go, nothing to push, and enjoying those delicious moments of, you know, sharing this time together. And if you allow more time, usually your body, it has its own wisdom. And if you are not stepping into the way, your bodies, they know how to be with each other. And of course, if you are tired, if your life is full of stress, you need time to recharge your body first. And you need to allow the patience, you know, don't push. It's so similar to other areas of our lives. If we are tired, we just get a coffee, you know, or something sweet. We just want to recharge with energy, be energized again and go for results. And we are doing this in our everyday lives, and we are doing this in our intimate lives as well. Therefore, breaking this pattern is key. And then when you allow yourself to just be with yourself, be with each other, you are really taking the first step to a whole new world of lovemaking and intimacy with each other. Your bodies actually know how to make love with each other, and you are there observing what feels right, what feels good, noticing your feelings, noticing your breath, noticing each other's presence, and noticing what and how it unfolds. And actually, doing so, you can notice that after some time, but this may take an hour or two, or like days or weeks of practice, there is a whole new realm of passion between the two of you. And you need to be patient, and by expecting it, you are blocking it, right? So you really need to just observe. It's so similar to meditation. You don't sit down to meditate and kind of, watch the clock and like, okay, when is enlightenment? When am I going to be enlightened? Like, I've been meditating since so many hours or so many days or so many years. Like, so where is the results, right? So of course we do not meditate like that. And with making love, it's the same kind of adventure. So you are there, you are present, and you are kind of open to be there once these blissful moments arise. And this is what you do. And it will create a beautiful new reality for your relationship. Even though you will not, or you may not, experience arousals and orgasms the way you were used to, even though it may feel kind of still and nothing is going on, you are very likely to notice how much peace and love and connection this will create very soon, I would say, in your everyday life. If you allow your bodies to be with each other and connect lovingly in any way, by embracing each other, stroking each other, or just, being in each other's arms, it will create this still love and beauty in your everyday life, in your everyday communication. And it's very likely that if you are struggling with your partner, or sometimes you are fighting with each other, it's very likely that those fights will be just less or gone, because you will have a new physical reality with each other. And what I'm describing in this realm of intimacy, these are the few first steps you would want to take to create a new realm of intimacy for yourself and your partner. And if you would like to learn more, I have so much of this content in my online program for couples, and you can start exploring this and learning this right now if you decide to. So there is hours and hours of content where I'm guiding you what and how to change in your intimacy. But if you feel like I want to just do tiny little steps now, you can also gain inspiration from my free videos I have on my website. They are downloadable for free, and there is a little tiny practice which is so easy to do with your partner on a daily basis, and it can give you a texture of what you can experience and which next steps you can take. If you found this video inspiring, please share it with your friends. If you have any questions you would like me to answer, you can send me a message, and I will be happy to answer that as well. I wish you a beautiful day and see you again.